Hi, this is Jeff Gentry, BPA, Bloodstain Pattern Analyst. I'm here with two of my daughters. They were curious to see how Hemastix work. I was telling them today that I've been doing some experiments with Hemastix test strips. So I'm going to test different pairs of shoes that we have here in the house. One of them are my work boots. One is my wife's boots. She's also a death investigator and a part-time embalmer. And then I'm going to test my athletic shoes and then also one of my daughter's shoes, which I hope they do not have blood on them. That would be very concerning. So we're going to see if trace amounts of blood from just transfer or walking through blood will test positive with Hemastix test strips. So I'm going to hand the phone over to my daughter to film me and we'll get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've got 4 different pair of shoes that we have here in the house. I am going to wear gloves for this because unlike some of my previous experiments, these might actually have real blood on them. So the first thing is my tennis shoes. I'm hoping those do not have blood on them. My daughter's shoes, those should not have blood on them. My work boots, there is a good possibility. And then my wife's shoes that she uses sometimes just around the office. She's also a death investigator, but then embalming, I already see something that is pretty suspicious for blood on her shoes. So I'm thinking that might be. So first, before I glove up, actually, I'm going to show my daughters how the Hemastix test strips actually work. So Hemastix, the test strips, like we showed in earlier videos, is a presumptive test for blood. So there is a chance that you might get a false positive, but I'm going to show right now that it actually does test positive for real blood. So this is already the second time I've poked myself. It's going to be the second time I poked myself today. So I've got my little Band-Aid ready. It does not require a lot of blood to test positive. So see here. You want to come in a little closer? So I'm just going to re-poke the area that I poked earlier. See if we can get a little bit of blood here. Not yet. Not quite yet. Here we go. There we go. All right, so now we actually have some real human blood as a reference. Okay, and again, it doesn't take a lot of blood for this test. So I'm gonna just go ahead and transfer to the Band-Aid. Get a little more. Okay, so now we actually have human blood on a surface for our first test. So I'm going to test it like I normally would at a scene. I'm going to first get my swabs. Okay. And I'm going to take just some plain DI water, distilled water, and just moisten the strip, or moisten the cotton. And then I'm going to take my sample, just rub the swab on it. So I'm just trying to get enough blood on the swab. Okay. So now I take my Hemastix strips, and it doesn't take much. So all you're going to do is just touch the swab to this test strip. And looking at this reference here, if it turns green, that means it's positive for blood. And a whole blood sample like this should react right away. So there you go. So this is a good positive reference sample. This is positive for blood. And I know it's my own blood, so it's human blood, so it tests positive. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing with the bottom of every one of these pair of shoes. Okay. So first, let me go ahead and put my gloves on. I'm perfectly fine with my own blood, but not too cool with random blood samples. Okay, so first, my tennis shoes. And I don't see any obvious blood on here. So I'm just gonna go with wherever the dirtiest spot on my shoe is. Let's see. I don't recall ever wearing these shoes anywhere that there should be blood. So I'm just gonna kind of swab all the way around and we'll see what picks up. All right, so let's see here. All right, so it is negative for blood. Okay, negative for blood. That is a good thing. I can continue to wear my tennis shoes inside the house. All right, so now we're going to my daughter's shoes. All right, hopefully these do not have blood. That would be very concerning. Okay. She's only 9 years old, so hopefully she's not tromping through blood yet. She's a future death investigator though, so one of these days. All right, so her shoes are actually pretty gross underneath. Look at those things. All right, so here we go. All right, so that is a dirty shoe right there. All right, good looking swab. All right, so let's see what happens. Oh, good. No blood. No blood on the bottom of my daughter's shoes.
Okay.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. So, now on to my work boots. Okay. Now, keep in mind, I've had these boots for several months now. I have been to, I can't even count how many death scenes these boots have been to. So there is a very good chance that these boots will test positive for blood. But again, I don't know how sensitive the test strips are, but let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so we're gonna get all on the surface. I do clean my shoes and boots on a regular basis, but we're gonna see right now just how much of this stuff kind of lingers around. So there is no visible blood on here at all. I can't see anything at all. I'm going to test the sides of the boots too. All right. So let's see what we got. All right. So they're definitely dirty, but I'm not seeing any color change to green. So it's kind of a little bit of a color change, but not to where I would say that it's, going to test positive for blood. So I would say, it's presumptive negative for blood. There's other chemical methods we could use. The Hemastix aren't quite as sensitive as some of the chemical methods. So we might try that on another day. All right, so now we're moving on to my wife's shoes that she sometimes uses as an embalmer.
There's obvious blood.
Okay, so there's, and this is not looking good already. So I'm seeing what looks like, drip stains here. I'm seeing diluted drip stains here. Drip stains on the side of her shoes. This is pretty bad. Okay, so most of it is on the top and on the sides of her shoes. Kind of where you would expect, as if you were stepping in something or something splashes up on a shoe.
There.
Oh, that one, don't touch that. So that one looks really bad. All right, let's check this out here. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so we're gonna swab that one here.
Swab that.
Okay, we're gonna swab the front. If I saw these shoes at a scene, I would almost be inclined to think that they had been through a crime scene or part of a crime scene. So let's swab this one here. This one looks really bad right here. So I think that one's definitely going to be blood. All right, let's see what we got. So go into our test strips. All right, let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, that's positive for blood. Yeah, so we have a presumptive positive for blood, multiple surfaces on these tennis shoes. So these shoes are probably gonna need a good wash and they are not going inside the house. So that is how you use Hemastix test strips for presumptive blood testing.